What would your dream self be grateful that you did today? Is a question that I've been asking myself more and more lately because it's helping me connect with the version of me that I want to be. Instead of just thinking about all of my worries, instead of just thinking about the next thing that I need to do on my to do list, I've started switching from this like very narrow perspective of just what do I have to do next? What do I have to do today? To what my dream self would be grateful for, what he would want me to do. And it's sort of shifting my perspective from what I normally do to what he would want me to do, because my dream self isn't me. I'm not my dream self, not yet anyway. And that helps me get space and it helps me get a better perspective because you can probably do this as well, where you can picture your dream self as a separate person, as someone outside of you, so to speak. And you probably know what they value, what they want, what they enjoy, what they do, how they think. And it's not the same as what you think. It's not the same as what you think today because you know that your dream self is better. Your dream self is smarter. They don't think the same. They don't act the same. They make different choices because they're probably a bit ahead of you in life. But that's also why this is so useful. Because when you picture that dream self and you think about what choice could I make today that would make them proud? What action could I take that would move me closer to them? If you see them as a mentor, as a role model, if they were in your shoes, what would they do? Because I know that my dream self would probably make a lot of different choices than what I do on a daily basis. And so I'm not saying that you need to be perfect with this. And I'm not saying that I am either, because I'm definitely not. But it's a good sort of rule of thumb to think about from time to time. Especially if you feel like you're lost and if you feel like you're sort of doing the same things over and over again, but you're not seeing any results. That's when it becomes real easy to sort of disassociate yourself from your goals. You know that working out every day is good for you, but like, it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere. It doesn't feel like you're getting any fitter. But when you ask yourself, would my dream self be proud of me for doing that today? The answer is yes. My dream self would be so proud that I woke up today and that I went through my workout instead of skipping, instead of sleeping in. He would not be proud of me if I had chosen the easy path, if I had chosen to sleep in this morning. And so that's sort of the way to measure your progress by in a more concrete way. It sort of gives you a black and white answer of is this the right choice or not? And sometimes, no, you don't feel like it and you won't. You won't follow through. You won't do what your dream self would do. You will choose to watch Netflix instead of meditate. And that's okay. As long as you're aware that in that moment you made an active choice not to do the thing that your dream self would be proud of. As long as you're aware of it, it sort of gives you power in a way. It gives you authority. It makes you the captain of your life. When you make the choice deliberately instead of an hour later saying, oh, but I could not have possibly done anything else. Or the next day you go, oh, but I felt so bad. Like there was no other option. There was nothing else that I could have done. Netflix, it was inevitable. Like, I couldn't have done anything else. When, as you can see, that's a blatant lie. You always have a choice and you always have authority over your own actions. But it's not easy. Like, it's way easier said than done to make the right decisions in the times when you're tired, when you don't feel like it, when you have, when you've used all your willpower for something completely different that day. It's hard. It's difficult. It sucks. And I know that because even I struggle. Especially me, I struggle with this. Just yesterday, I chose Netflix over meditation because it was easier, because it feels better in the moments, because it doesn't require willpower to get started. You hit play and then you sit there like a zombie for an hour. So I understand that you can't be perfect. And I also know that younger me has beaten himself up for failing and struggling far too much. Like, I've been so hard on myself sometimes. When I know that I make the wrong decision, when I look at the actions that I'm taking and I'm like, I am stupid. Like, I know that. But I'm also not helping myself by just beating myself up about it. It's much better to accept that no, I made the wrong choice and I know that I can do better. But knowing that you can do better and bashing yourself for doing the wrong thing are two completely different things. The one where where you're aware that you didn't do the right thing, but you chose it anyway and you made a deliberate decision, is what my best self would be proud of. Whereas if I bash myself for doing the wrong thing and I just hammer it like a nail through my ear, why would my best self be proud of that? Why would my best self be proud of me essentially? I'm like, I don't want to say self-harming, but it is almost self-harming. Because why, what do I win from that? What do I win from being a bully to myself? Nothing. Not in reality. I don't. And so, no matter the choice you make today, even if you make the wrong one, the choice that your dream self wouldn't make, how can you do it in such a way that your dream self would still be proud of the action you took in some aspect? Even if it's just that you made it deliberately, that you were aware of what you were doing. Can you make your best self just slightly more proud today than they otherwise would have been? By being more aware, by making a slightly better decision, by any means possible that would mean that your best self would be proud. Can you do that? Then how would you do that? That's what I'm interested in. Please do let me know down in the comments what you would do. For me, it's definitely that I woke up early. I did my workout, even though I felt sore, stiff, cold. Did my 20 minutes of cardio and I barely got warm by the end. Like, no. I learned at work instead of just sitting there wasting time. I'm currently learning about what's it called? WQL, VMI, like query language, which is something that I've never touched before. And in reality, I don't have to do it, but since I want to get better, that's the action that I chose to do instead of just wasting my time at work. And I'm doing this. I'm challenging myself to do something that makes me uncomfortable. I'm taking some form of action that will hopefully make my dream self proud. Because I still do imagine that if my dream self was here looking at me, he would be proud of what I'm doing. So, yeah. Anyway, think about that question of what would your dream self be grateful that you did today? And let me know down in the comments. And thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.